Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is. Oh, I forgot the date. No. No. I actually made myself a checklist and yeah, I still didn't do it. It is Monday, February 29th, 2016, and I'm gonna hopefully finish camera controls today. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into this. What we had last time was, well, I'll show you. At some point, I'm gonna want to. I'm expecting probably to do a long stream to get a big chunk of work done, because starting and stopping on a 2-hour basis for a day is not very productive. But anyway, so if we enter a test level and we start by playing, and we turn on the controller, we use the keypad. Play the controller for now. We have it set up so we can go over one tile at a time in any of the directions. If we hold it, it keeps going down in the same direction for a long period of time. And now we're going to try to figure out the defaults for this, so for speed I should say. So it was up here in the duration. Currently, the first snap is 250. That's actually pretty good. It's easy to just catch one, but the subsequent snap delay is going pretty fast, which is good, but I'm not sure if it's going to be right. First off, it snaps pretty quick. So the animation is not as obvious. I'm going to try slowing it down a little bit, see if that feels a bit better. It feels a little bit better. It's more obvious going conk, 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 conk. I'm gonna let it be user adjustable, of course, with the UI. So if someone wants to go, breakneck speed, they can. But I'm trying to think of what feels comfortable for me. By default. Like, this would be way too slow. I was gonna use the D-pad, I realized I didn't set it up yet. This would be way too slow for me. I was doing it one at a time. Let's actually set up the D-pad. Right now, this is actually fairly easy. Before I do anything, let's actually turn on Get Shell. So I'm gonna make sure I didn't accidentally leave anything uncommitted. I mean, I know I'm gonna have something, but nope. Status, but I think I committed everything yesterday. I just have the one speed changes did. diff. Yeah, the only change I have is the speed. I'm not gonna actually commit that. Yeah, I'll commit whatever. Okay, so I have nothing besides the test level to change, so let's go into here, and in axis mapping, let's add another element here. So camera forward would be gamepad, D-pad up, and then camera forward would be gamepad, D-pad down, but down would be negative. And camera right would be camera D-pad right, and then gamepad D-pad left, but left would be negative. We'll exit out, and Git should tell us that we have a default input. Yeah, so Git add config. Git add config, get status, get status, we'll do this for now. Git commit implement D-pad controls. Okay, so now we're in game. We can use D-pad now to move, including diagonal. So we have WSAD, thumbstick, and D-pad we can use now. For touch is going to be an interesting thing if we ever get around to it. What I'm hoping to do is to have, when you click on items, it will act upon that tile. And if you swipe, it will see where your finger is in world coordinates and move you that distance, give or take, plus or minus. Snap to the nearest tile. I can't say plus or minus tile because if you go over the edge of the level, it's going to stop at the edge of the level. It's not going to go 2 tiles worth over the edge of the level, right? Okay. Maybe I should move my microphone a bit closer. I'm noticing the audio is not the best, but now it sounds a bit better. Okay, so now we got a D-pad implemented. Let's try. So let's just make sure here we know what we're doing. I believe it's set to 0 right now, but we'll eject to see. And for some reason the camera gets messed up whenever you eject from a pawn that has an odd camera. So base pawn, I think it is here. Its rotation is 0. But if we go to 90, or let's go for 45 degrees. Yeah, okay. So 0 means if we go forward, it's going to losing my train of thought here. If it goes forward, we're going to go, well, in the direction of tile. So forward is positive tiles, back is negative tiles, right is positive tiles, left is negative tiles. But if our camera is rotated, we'll have to adjust for that. Right. But before I did that, I have to make sure that forward actually is positive, and it is. So when we're facing yaw of 0, I'll just make it be a camera one. So when we're facing a yaw of 0, forward is positive, right is positive. So if we rotate, we're going to have to adjust accordingly. Who's there? That's weird, it's not showing anyone. Hello, Crash and Burn 91. There it is. Hi. Welcome to chat. So now what we need to do is, so get current user direction. We're going to have to adjust by the, we're going to have to adjust by the camera vector. So now we need to rotate it. The code in UE4 reminds of Flash action script. That's interesting. I don't actually have any experience with Flash. Well, I don't really have any, but I have very little experience with Flash action script. Very little. I think we should probably change it here. So current position, we could probably rotate. So if we rotate, let's say we rotate 9 degrees right. Let's see what the rotation matrix are. Let's go over to here. I know there's a rotation matrix for it, but I'm having a time remembering what it is offhand. It's like cos, negative cos, sine, sine, or something like that. Oh! Cos, cos, negative sine, sine. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. Hey, Durs. So, Notifications seem to end up in spam again. Yeah, I'm not sure what goes on with that. Sometimes I get notifications in spam too. Okay, so so I'm trying to think of right now is so these are all in a circle, and trying to think of how I need to rotate this. So if I'm 90 degrees to the right, which is clockwise, which is positive, do I need to rotate 90 degrees to the right or 90 degrees to the left to offset? So let's just, actually, you know what, let's do Photoshop. I was going to try to do it in a webcam, but let's do Photoshop. New paper. There we are. Okay. So, here we are. Oh, my color picker's over here. Whoops. Why isn't this working? Because it was silly. So if I'm facing in this direction here, let's actually draw it a little bit better. So I'm facing this direction here. Sorry, if this is north, and I'm facing in this direction. I want my forward to be world right. So, so I need to rotate it in that direction. Because if I'm saying forward, I really want right. So if I'm facing right, facing right, and I want it to be right. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. So, right here, so, to do check to see if this is valid. Or actually, I'll just do fix me, maybe. Okay. Because the problem is I can't really test this until I get the camera rotation controls set up. Not easily, at least. So I need to rotate the current position. So so that's actually that's weird. I didn't realize that hunted on Monster Cat was allowed. Frequently asked questions. Oops. FAQ. There we are. Detail. else. Where was it? There's a list of Monster Cat songs that are not allowed. Trying to think of what the here. I hear you. Learn more. Maybe that's it. Maybe not. Service. I think I already checked this course. Well, I know I already checked this, but there was some, yeah, unlicensed, whatever. I'm not gonna waste the stream's time for this. There was some unlicensed one though, so yeah. Anyway, let's yeah. So we're gonna force a direction on this. So can actually get rid of this comment. So player pawn get yaw. Is there some sort of get yaw value? I know it's supposed to get rotation, but so it's an F rotator. There we are. So then we'll do this player orientation. And we'll do F rotator player orientation. And then down in here we will do F rotator player orientation. So current, sorry, current position. Whoops. Rotate. Is there a rotate? Rotate angle axis. Do F rotator. Oh, my keyboard died. That explains a little bit. There we are. No. F rotator. Dot rotate. Vector. I just want to rotate it in a yaw, right? Rotate one component of rotator, UE4, doing it so without just pulling it out and creating a new one off that, right? I can do that, but there's no... Okay, you know what? Screw it. Let's just do it the way we know. F rotator. Yaw shift equals player orientation. Dot yaw. Here. Bingo. Okay. That should be right. Oh, pitch yaw roll. I really wish they would keep consistent. Sometimes yaw is Z, sometimes yaw is Y. Well, sometimes yaw is a third element, sometimes yaw is the second element. But whatever. Yaw shift dot rotate vector current position. So it returns the rotated vector. Okay, so current position. Okay. There's very little worse than wondering if a method and function of some sort operates on the in-place data or returns and you just drop it, right? So what could end up happening is you grab this, you do the rotation, and you have to save it. Or what could happen is you grab this, you do the rotation, it doesn't return, and it actually rotates in place, and then this just doesn't do anything, right? So, yeah. So let's over here undo undo the false and reactivate this pre-compiler directive. And then let's I could have just rebuilt, but let's do a full build. Now I need to make sure that the I mean, I can do this in the function later on, but I need to make sure that this snaps to our level, right? Might get some weird issues if I'm off at a slight angle. Well, it'll be discretized. Okay, so now let's eject, and then let's take our pawn, and we will rotate it in the yaw direction by 90. Okay, now we will repossess, and when we press forward, we're going right, so we're still going in the right direction. I was gonna say, for some reason it's not doing my controller, but I shut my controller down. Yeah, so it does work in the right direction, so we are right. So going forward does go right, as you can see from here. 0, 1 is right, 0, negative 1 is left. So, but see, it's going forward here, so that's correct. There we are. Now I can get out of the game. We're good. And I can short circuit the directive. Ideally, I have some flag here that would, you know, over here or somewhere enable and disable certain debug messages, but, you know, I really don't. Yeah. Regardless, we know this works. Nah, let's not even have this one there. Okay. So now we have to have spin camera forward and sorry, clockwise and counterclockwise. Okay, so float camera clockwise, intensity. I don't think I need both of these, because I'm dealing with it as an axis, right? Which means that in the engine, I need to, in my project settings, disable this. Oops. Oh, I didn't even install it yet. Right. And what did I call this? I called this, here. Camera rotate clockwise. Let's call it camera clockwise. And for the gamepad, we will have it bound to, let's do right stick, x-axis. And that'll take care of the negative for us without us doing anything. We'll add another action here for keyboard E and Q. And then we'll add keyboard Q, but Q will be negative. Because it makes no sense to have it in the same direction, would it, right? And then one of the questions I have is, do we want to have it be... So last time we had it, so that way you only had 4 directions. And then, yeah, so... I could do it, have it on the 8s. So include diagonals as well. That might be good for some levels. Like, there is that one level... Well, there's only one level we're talking about. You know what? I'm just going to show the level. There's only one level. I have it on my computer, but I don't want to show you for some reason. The cross streams one. Package targets, check it. Windows no editor, check it. There we are. So again, this is the game we had earlier, but if we open up cross streams, here we are. We only had 4 directions, so it's north, south, sorry, north, west, south, and east. I'm not sure if this is correct. I think I started facing west or something. But if we go over here, this is going to be a castle. It'd be nice to look at it from this direction here. So maybe having 8 versions of it would be good. Should be good. Yep. So that's good. Now we can close out. I'm actually going to add these. So get status. We get add default or source or sorry config. Get commit m, and we'll have it called oh yeah, add camera rotation, input bindings. Okay. And that was just for the engine bindings, not for the actual game. We'll also have to do zoom at some point. I see a Dolby monitor on the Oscars. No, actually, I didn't watch Oscars. I was, well, I watched the first, like, half hour of it before, well, 45 minutes of it before I, okay. I watched about a half hour of it, but I started, like, 15 minutes late, before the, stream yesterday. And after that, I was streaming the rest of the night, so I wasn't watching it, unfortunately. No problem. Don't worry about disconnecting. It's a very what's the word for it? Not nonchalant, but very small tech CGI word. Cool. It's a very informal stream, right? So spin camera clockwise, and we'll have camera clockwise intensity equals value. for 3D software and stuff, $20,000 monitor. Yeah, there's some pretty nuts ones coming out. Especially there's going to be a Dell OLED one coming out soon. That one's going to be expensive. Actually, thinking I'll do fmath round here, so it'll be rounding to plus or minus 1. So I don't have to deal with the round here. I can round it before it comes in. Because I don't have to deal with 2D positions for this. I only have to deal with whether it's left, right, or center. And that will simplify things greatly. So now we have camera rotation. First thing I'm going to do is make sure that it's... make sure it's zeroed out in the constructor. That shouldn't matter. It should be adjusted at runtime anyway, but you know. It should always be initialized by this fact of the camera actually, or by the fact of the game actually, or by the state of the game actually turning on, right? But I can't talk today for some reason, I don't know. Okay, oh right, did I accidentally, yeah, that's what it was. I forgot to change it in the, there, whatever this was called, camera clockwise. Okay, so now we have camera clockwise. We can, do a similar but not quite as nasty logic here, and because we're not trying to get tiles and stuff like that, we're just trying to actually rotate the object. Gonna build a PC soon. Basically, I've not had anything new tech ever. Z170, nice. Okay, that's a good buy there. So, are you going to build Skylake, or are you gonna wait for Cannon Lake, which should be launching? When's Cannon Lake gonna launch? I think summer. Cannon Lake, or sorry, Cabby Lake. You would think I wouldn't actually work in this field, huh? Like how Skylake is TDP low enough to be quiet, yeah. Cabby Lake can do layers. I thought they announced that it's going to be Z270 chipset, and although it would run in 172, and Intel Cabby Lake Z270, is it? Samsung NVMe M.2 is good, yes. Yeah, you can put Cabby Lake in the board later. Okay, so you're gonna buy it with Skylake now, and you're gonna buy it with Cabby Lake. You might upgrade to Cabby Lake later. Oh wow, what? Sorry, yeah, like Blood said, oh wow, and I'm not sure what they're referring to. Okay, so here we will... Alright. Oh, okay. They're just reading something on their own. Oh, I'm on the right monitor. There we are. Okay, so so camera rotate. This one I don't have to deal with as much of the don't think I need to deal with as much of the animation of it. Actually, no, what I will. Okay, so so float, camera, rotate, delay, and then float, camera, time of rotate, of rotation. There we are. Since we're not going to be worrying about acceleration, we don't have to store 2 values. We only have to store 1. The reason why we had to store 2 values for the movement is because we're not sure if it was the initial movement or subsequent movements that happened, and our animation needed to know a difference. So we set up a start and an end point for each animation. Because I want to change its first animation as soon as possible, so I didn't change it again multiple times. So there wouldn't have to be order in when I schedule the next animation. But this one, it's always going to be the same animation speed, so that's fine. So let's do camera rotate delay equal. Let's do 0.25. Been on the slow side, but we'll crank it as necessary, and we'll also let the user adjust it as well. Which means we're going to need to make these U properties, I believe, to access them from the UI. But if we do it in Blueprints, at least, we might be able to do it in just C++. But you know. Well, then U property will also help us store them as well, because then we could use the engine's built-in methods to store them as opposed to writing our own and setting it each time. So camera rotates. So if current time is less than camera time of rotation, plus camera rotate delay. This is gonna be a lot easier than the other one, hopefully. We just need to get in between. Because we're not going to be storing the pawn stuff, that's stored on the actor itself. So, alright, let's see what player pawns get actor rotation is going to be returned as. So, because unfortunately there's multiple ways to do it. I believe it's going to be clamped to heading 0 and then 180 to negative 180, but I could be wrong. pawn, API, a pawn, get actor rotation. Should actually be under a actor, when I think of it. So returns Nef rotator. Okay, let's just deal with it. I don't know. So an else. So basically saying if we're in animation, if not, we're starting animation. So either we're in an animation or we need to start one. Do I MMORPG? No, I do not. Honestly, I use this mouse mostly for work. So let's see if I can get a good angle of this. It's actually kind of old now. It's Razer hasn't updated this version in a while. Let's. I was holding a mouse and trying to reach for mouse. Okay, so yeah, it's the Razer Naga 2014. They've updated it since, but not for left-handies. This is actually the first and last one, I believe, that they made of the Naga for lefties. Thanks for calling me computer genius. But yeah, so 2 is scroll up, 5 is scroll down, 4 is scroll left, 6 is scroll right. I'm trying to make I try to make these auto scroll, so if you hold them down, keep scrolling, but Razer's driver doesn't let you do that. I used to use an auto hotkey script for that. I actually showed it on stream a couple times, but it was a bit glitchy, especially when you were in TeamSpeak. It doesn't exactly like TeamSpeak. Then I have 7 and 10 be my volume, and I have 11 and 12 be my mouse sensitivity. And I sometimes put other ones around too. Sometimes it's like 1, 3, or 8. I think 8 right now is what I use for TeamSpeak push-to-talk key. I have it on the keyboard as well, but you know, it's sometimes easier just to hold your thumb, especially if you're on a podcast or something, where you have to push talk to talk. You don't want to hear, you know, each time you want to talk. That just ruins the audio, right? Okay, so either we're in animation or we need to start one. So if not, we'll need to check what the rotation is. So I'm trying to think of how to do this with storing as little state as possible, because I can easily just say what am I at and rotate further. But then you get some issues where if you're on a negative 180, 180, you're constantly bouncing back and forth. We had that problem when in the last Check It game. Actually, I can fix my camera there. Oh, and for some reason I'm set in Microsoft IME. Oops. C++ doesn't know what to do with that. Okay, so let's actually see what, so yeah, made up what you want, PC part picker. Now I need to spend a few days picking out like headphones, fancy wires, etc. Nice. Yep, getting into PC gaming and getting into like building PCs and stuff, gaming PCs and stuff like that is awesome for these days. Good luck with the game. Oh, okay. So I guess that means you're gonna be heading out. Well, have a good one then. Again, trying to minimize state is sometimes requires a bit of thought, but you end up with less bugs. So I've done all of that. I can remove those notes. I can also remove this here. I don't want linear interpolation anymore. 32 gigs of Dominator 2666 Dominator Platinum will pay off. I'm using 32 gigs right now. 16 gigs, especially with Windows 10, is not as smooth as 16. It's not as smooth as 32, I mean. There's actually been some times, especially if it depends on what you're doing, of course. If you're going to be just using, Notepad, then no. But, yeah, I mean, if you can get 32 gigs, the speed probably won't matter that much, but the 32 gigs itself would probably be good. Actually using Z170, you may even be able to get 64 in there if you want, but that might be a little overkill. But there's some things in Unreal Engine 4 you can't do with 16 gigs RAM, so if you want to use Unreal Engine 4, then yeah, 32 is good. But again, I don't know what you're going to be using it for, right? If you're going to be doing animation, stuff like that's work too, right? Audio edits, maybe. Yeah. Audio editing should not be too bad on 16 or whatever gigs of RAM, but should help with Emacs, right? The command line text editor. Yeah, I mean, getting more RAM is always going to be good, right? Even if you have ludicrous amounts, it'll be useful in some situations. I can't say for any given situation it'll be good, but if you can afford it, put it in. That's all I can say, right? I have 32 because 16 wasn't quite working for me, and after I put it in, I saw how much it wasn't working for me. But it's for the lulz, okay. Then do it, right? No regrets. Okay. Oh, I know what I can do. Yeah, so I just need to store float, camera, rotate, direction. Oh, I already got that already, whoops. Oh, no, I do need that. So this will constantly change as I move the gamepad or press stuff buttons on the keyboard. But but I want this to remain constant until I'm done with the animation, right? Okay, so let's create the thing here first before we start doing with the rotation. So if camera clockwise intensity doesn't equal 0, we'll have camera rotate direction equals camera clockwise intensity. And then we will have, because it's going to be plus or minus 1, right? And then we will have camera time of rotation equals current time. There we are. That's good. And else camera rotates direction equals 0. F. There we are. And I know that this would actually, let's do this here. So f math absolute is greater than or equal to 0.1f. I don't really like checking. Call me picky, maybe. I'm just, don't know what I'm talking about, but I don't really like checking. Actually, input dead zone. There we are. I don't even need input dead zones anymore. I'll get rid of this. So greater than or equal to 0.1f. Actually, you know what? Let's just do it. Because I don't like rounding. C++ float equals 0. And I realized I think I may have accidentally put before equals 0 instead of equals 0, which would be an assignment operator. You're testing absolute less than or equal to absolute times epsilon, which means either epsilon is greater than or equal to 1, it isn't, or x equals 0. There's no one size at all floating point comparison, semantic and variable. Well, it's name obviously don't test it too, they're close enough to each other. Okay. Coding standards usually recommend against comparing two doubles for exact equality, but it's a different subject. You actually want to compare two doubles for exact equality. It's the code you want. 10 point blue guys 1 is not equal to 10. Let's actually see if does Unreal Engine define an epsilon? Oh, there's a game called Epsilon. That'll be a problem. Let's look at Answer Hub. And again, we're getting more of that stuff. Let's look at the API there. Are you gonna wake up? No. So let's do is greater than or equal to 0.0f. Let's just do one more check here. Let's see if floating point epsilon. Is equal 0. Actually looks like it I think this is Rama's article. Yeah, return is nearly equal. So I guess it is a fmath one, so there we are. Fmath is nearly equal. It's nearly 0, sorry. So does this go correct? Let's just this in, and now when I do a compile, header tool will run, and Visual Studio should probably freak out a lot less, or it'll fail. Which will happen if I forgot anything, but I don't think I did. No, I did. I'm good. Okay. So is nearly 0 is a value then, is a function then. Huh. 999999939 e to the negative 9. It's pretty close to 0 there, buddy. Okay. Okie dokie. So now we have a direction set. We can, in a time, I should say, we can just go there. So float animation position equals camera time of rotation plus plus current time. No, that's not right. So it's a n minus start. So it's an n minus current over current maximum over full time, I should say. So that should be yeah. So camera time of rotation plus current time. Sorry, minus current time minus camera time of rotation. So current minus start. Sorry. Divided by there we are. So why was that backwards before? Oh, I did it from n minus time versus time minus start. I can actually change it right now. Save an operation. And then there we are. Okay, so now we got animation position. Let's actually just... Oops, wrong one. Let's actually just compile it right now and see if I broke something. I shouldn't have. I broke something. Okay, well, let's retry this. Yep, okay, so I fixed it. Don't know why I screwed up there, but we'll figure that one out some other time. Oh, I know I did wrong. Duh, okay. Time of current selection. Then we'll cut that out. Because I didn't do backwards, right? Sometimes you have silly brain farts, right? There we are. Again, this is not working because I haven't plugged it in yet, but for the rotation, that is. So if we're within the time animation, we're just locking everything. Otherwise, we're saying oh, if not current zero, either we set a new rotation position or we just sit around. Reset sitting around. Because yeah, resetting it. Anyway. So float animation position is at current time. And then we will do Um, float current yaw equals the current yaw is player pawn get actor rotation yaw, or get actor rotation dot yaw. There we are. Wow, that was odd. Float target yaw equals camera rotate direction, which is gonna be the plus or minus times 45.f because it's in degrees, plus current yaw, plus oh no, I can't do that because I don't know how much time is left. So go to the nearest 45. What would be the thought of that? I think of many ways to do it, but most of them involve a nasty list of if statements, which is easy to typo and make bugs on. So let's go up here. Home. Snap to nearest rotation. Hopefully someone vertex snap, yeah. There we are. Rotation snap every 9 degrees. Yeah, I don't understand what's going on here. Movement snapping to nearest 45. Okay. Yeah, target yeah, is camera coming direction. Yeah, I don't want to do this anyway. Actually, cuts. I think I have to get one more piece of state. Camera starting off. probably other ways you can do this, but yeah. It's 45 plus camera starting yaw. It'd be easy if I knew I was going to only do linear transformations, but I want to do ease in, interp ease in out. Float current yaw equals f math interp ease in out. Camera starting yaw target yaw animation position, and then what we have for our easing factor, it was 1.4f, or easing exponent I should say. Okay. And then we gotta set our camera pawn, or sorry, our player pawn to so F rotator. I was trying to see if I can do it without creating a new one, but I don't want to overwrite it and have it be in the state next, so current rotation equals camera starting yaw current rotation dot yaw equals current yaw. Oh, get active rotation. Yeah, I don't need a reset. I can just do that there. Okay. And then player pawn, set actor rotation, current rotation. Okay, this should work. I don't think I forgot anything, so let's just see here if I didn't start again. Okay. Let's do a hot reload. And let's see if it works. I think I may have forgot something in the reset. Before I go and try and see how it works, let's just see here. Let's reset here. All right, let's see. Turn it on. I'm getting rotation. Ridiculously slow. camera rotation. Camera rotation current time. Okay, so it's going, but it's doing it at a very small rate. So maybe I screwed up a bit. Oh, did I not start by... Oh! Okay, let's see if that's a problem. That should be fine. Should be fine.
I never broke a promise in my life.
Let's try just changing it to some very large value and see what the hell happens. That's actually not a very large value, but still. So as we keep going, it's slower? Does it undo going backwards? No, it doesn't. So I'm gonna need to close this with debugger. Let's actually disable this. Run a breakpoint, see what's going on here. Just do cancel here. Let's put that breakpoint in after. Okay, now let's put a breakpoint here. So let's go here, now let's do there. Okay. Okay, so anime position, optimized away, crummy. Okay. Camera starting yaw is 45. So let's continue. Camera rotate delay, camera rotate direction is -1. Camera rotation 6. So let's undo this breakpoint here. Just gonna keep rotating forever. Okay. So I screwed up somewhere. So fmath is nearly 0. Which is current time. Starting yaw is player get actor rotation yaw. Okay. Let's do this here. Let's do camera starting yaw equals 45. Let's see what goes on, right? Okay. Okay, so we set it, and then we next time have the rotation amount. Player pawn, set actor rotation. Player pawn. Sorry, yeah, current rotation. F rotator, sorry. Equals player pawn. Oh no, that won't work. Oh well, okay. Player pawn, get actor rotation. Forgot the reason why I'm doing this is to store all the other rotations if necessary. Current rotation equals yeah. Okay, so let's try hot reloading this. See what happens. This should snap to the edges. If it doesn't, we have a problem, right? Okay. Okay, so if we hold it, it's going right. Hmm. Oh, that's that could be a problem. Yeah, that's yeah, that's gonna be part of the problem there. Okay. So let's try getting this, getting this, getting this. I noticed I'm a bit off, actually. Let's try doing a bunch of rotations and see what happens. Yeah, I'm drifting a bit. Yeah, okay, so, so here we do player pawn gate active rotation, and we'll do yaw equals round to the nearest 45. Equals current rotation dot yaw divided by 45.0, and then we'll do math round this, and then times 45. So let's see if this works to then snap so we're not drifting anymore. We're going directly on the 45s. So let's have it go, we know. Alright, returns, let's see if it goes straight on. Yep. Snapping directly to the 45s now. And now when we're rotated as well, we're working perfectly. Going a little bit faster on the diagonals, of course, because one jump is one jump. If I wanted to, I can just scale diagonal distance delay by a little bit, but, you know. Do I really want to? Is it really cheating? Right? Dancing with the camera a little bit. Okay, there we are. So that works. Correct floating point drift. There we are. So now in PowerShell we can do get status, get add source, get add source, get commit implement camera rotation. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's use the good old trusty gamepad. And and D-pad. I didn't implement any alternative buttons, so you have to use the right stick, I should say. But man, it looks like it's spazzing out a little bit. But I mean, this is what people want, so. Because if they didn't want it, they wouldn't choose that control mechanism, right? And I know it's part of our job to give comfortable control mechanisms, but still. Mostly just the diagonals seem a bit wonky. I can probably fix that. Do I want to fix it? Yeah, I'll think of fixing that. We'll see if it's an easy one. Turn off my controller again. This is one thing I know I like about the Elite controller. So I got the Xbox One Elite controller, and I was gonna do a review on it, but it has been the back burner. They have switches here, a switch here. No off switch. You have to hold the button. Could it kill them to put one more switch? They already have 3. We come to put one more switch on this. Anyway. Rant over, go back to game. Okay. So over here, delay divided by next tile coordinates dot dist. X plus next tile coordinate dot Y. There we are. And we'll do fmath. And then fmath squirt. And then grab all of this and we'll stick it up here. But instead of here we'll have initial. So what we're doing here is we're scaling the oh no, we don't want to divide, we want times. So we're getting the distance that we're traveling and we're multiplying that into the delay. I thought I was dividing because it's speed, but it's not the case, it's the other way around. So that way diagonals and forward will always be the same. So again, that turn on. Hmm. I think I screwed up somewhere. Just think. Oh, right. It was current user direction I wanted, not next tile coordinate. So get selected direction, there we are. Or current user direction, sorry. There we are. Let's try this again. This time not have it based on the tile number. Sad. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. It's a bit quicker on the edges there. It looks like it should be somewhere between, but I think this is good enough for now. Okay. Let's commit this. Get status. Get add source. Get commit m. Scale diagonal. Velocity or delay for semi by the extra distance. There we are. Okay, now all we need to do to finish off the camera controls, so we might be able to do this in the 45 minutes we have, is find some way to
This island. I don't know.
find some way to do zoom. So, what do I have for zoom then? Oh, and by the way, last time when I did the tiles, I actually did a material swap. For changing the aura type and stuff like that. This time I'm actually gonna make it a dynamic material, so I can just change through C++, just poke the actual vector that makes the color, and change it to whatever I need. This will be higher performance because you won't have to do a bunch of material swaps and objects, which is pretty slow, especially when you're dealing with possibly hundreds of them. If you, for example, spawn a king, everything in its range is gonna, or if you spawn a king in the middle of nowhere, everything in its range is gonna automatically change the material and other weird things like that too. So, you can end up having some issues with that. But yeah, I'm glad we have functional and non-broken camera controls. It's a bit dicey even check it for a while there. I'm not sure how zoom in, zoom out is going to work on a controller. Maybe have the bumper buttons be zoom in, zoom out. But either way, let's deal with this. Now, do we want to have zoom in, zoom out be smooth, or just want to have it click like we did last time? Clicking is easy, but then again, zooming. Yeah. I'm going to separate these because these are configurable, these are state. As a matter of fact, I should actually rotate edit with these. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's actually open up code, which is Visual Studio Code, and yeah, for those people watching. Yeah. So this is our zoom functionality. It's already a lot more complicated than we had earlier. So after this, what we'll probably start doing is, after today, I should say, after we finish the zoom in, zoom out. Oh, and I also want to scale by the distance by the. Oh, do I want to? I'm gonna say I may want to scale the distance by the zoom level, but not sure if I do, because now we're snapping between tiles. It's not an actual distance; it's whatever is next tile we're on. So the only way I'd be able to do that is by lowering the delay for higher zoom levels. Anyway, so let's see what our player controller's min and max were. Our min and max was 400 and 1700. So let's go over here. Float, camera, min, zoom. Float, camera, max, zoom. Again, we're going to have to make these properties eventually and deal with that, but... camera min zoom equals 400.f. Okay. I was gonna say, what do I want to have min zoom, because it's technically zoomed in the most when it's lowest, but yeah. And what this is going to do is going to affect the length of the spring arm. I'm actually going to have it be a little bit smaller than last time. I'll have it be 1500. We'll see how that works. Maybe I'll go a bit longer and go 2000, but we'll see. From then. Okay, so let's actually do it the easy way first. Let's just have it be linear and not deal with animation between. You can tell I'm not too happy about that, but okay, so in the base pawn, we're going to add a function. Void set. Oh! Vimmer Emacs got Visual Studio. There's actually a GIF I have of that. Let's see here. Vimmer Emacs Visual Studio. There we are. Of course, it's a meme generator link, so it's gonna take like forever to load. You know what? Let's just view it from within Google. Some people just want to watch the world burn. Yeah, so, yeah. There's that. Okay, so, void set, what did I even call it before? Because I'm reusing, not reusing, but I did a... Bleh. I can call it set zoom level. Yeah. So I did get camera zoom. Sorry. I did get camera zoom for a zoom level, and then I did set camera zoom. Oh, I didn't do it here. I did it in the, yeah, I did it here. Yeah, let's not create a function here. Okay, so, Void a base player controller. Let's go here. Zoom camera float value. Let's do zoom camera in. And now we will have to attach a input axis to it. Zoom camera in. And then we will have to add a here. I can get rid of these. Now we don't need them anymore because it's been implemented. Yeah. You know what? Let's just do it the hold and it keeps going way. So we'll have it be a linear but a constant thing. Float camera zoom speed. I'm not sure if I'll allow people to adjust these, because these values are really useful for performance if I can control how much people can see. But the speed I can deal with. So it's actually camera zoom speed equals let's do 10 for now. And that should be a bit slow. Let's do 100. Okay, so you can get between 400 and 1500. So that's 11. So at this rate, it'd be 11 seconds to zoom all the way in or zoom all the way out. 22 for a full rotation. That seems actually a bit slow. Let's do 300. And then here we'll do zoom camera in. Camera. Whoops. Float camera. Zoom intensity here, and we'll actually preset it, I should say. Camera zoom intensity equals 0.f. 0.f is just a single precision floating point value. So camera zoom intensity equals value. I'm not even going to bother rounding or anything like that because I don't care about direction. I'll let people do analog control for that. So in camera zoom here, we'll do so float camera zoom level equals player pawn get sorry I could do get zoom level and stuff like that, but I can just do target arm length or camera boom target arm length. Camera zoom level plus equals camera zoom intensity times delta time times camera zoom speed, delta times in seconds, and then camera zoom level Fmath, sorry. Clamp. Camera zoom level between camera min zoom, camera max zoom. And then we will do player pawn, camera boom. Again, this is a lot easier than the other chunks of stuff I do. Camera zoom level. Okay, this should be it. Oh well, after I add the action in the editor to even access it. What did I even call it? Oh, I didn't even change it. Camera zoom. Camera zoom in. So I'll need to rebuild this. What? Inputs, axis mapping, new axis, camera zoom in. And we'll have gamepad, right thumbstick, y-axis. And we'll also have I probably have to do something different for keyboard for the mouse, but mouse wheel up. Because the problem with this is it will, yeah. Yeah. It will require me to do one rotation each frame, so it'll be rotating very slowly. But if I do this... Hey, there we go. Oh, it's not clamped. It's not clamping. Oh, I didn't save it. Camera zoom level equals clamp. I did a clamp, I never actually stopped it. I actually want to increase the rate a little bit. 300 was a bit slow, so let's try 400. Which means I have one more thing to do before yeah, it's actually pretty damn slow too. Still. Yeah. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Let's actually do 1,000. Sure, why not? Let's do 1,100. Let's actually make it be 1 second for the entire range. All the way in and all the way out. That's weird. I can see some... Looks like rendering glitches, but that's okay. But as you can see from the mouse, it's barely moving at all. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do instead is have the mouse wheel be its own action, and camera, click in. Click zoom in. Camera, click zoom out. Have this be mouse wheel up. Have this be mouse wheel down. And then remove these from the axis mapping. Close, close. So one more thing to do. We now have to implement these. But these will be actions, not axes. Bind action. Let's do void zoom click zoom camera in. Void click zoom camera out. So we'll just have one action be one action, right? And yeah. We'll also have this be user accessible too. Camera click zoom rate equals that would be 200. Unfortunately, I chose there, let's do 1600, and we'll have click zoom rate be 200. So that way it's even multiples. Then we'll also have to have the default zoom level for the pawn be 800. Okay, click zoom rate. Load camera, click zoom rate. So I can stop your whining. Stop whining. Okay, then I go here. Void a base player controller. Click zoom camera in. Void a base player controller. Click zoom camera out. Sorry. It's not a statement. It's a declaration. Let's do it with booleans, might as well. Or integers. I can do with integers too. Int 32, camera, click, zoom, intensity. Camera, click, zoom, intensity equals 1. Camera, click, zoom, intensity equals -1. I'll initialize it to be 0. And then I have it here. Analog zoom. Discrete zoom. If camera click zoom intensity doesn't equal 0. Let's have this be here, but we'll just change that a little bit. So float camera zoom level is that. Camera zoom level is camera click zoom rate. Or yeah, camera click zoom rate, but not delta time. We want to have it just be like that. That should actually be it. Oh, not just that. We also want camera click zoom intensity equals 0. Only zoom once. There we are. We'll do compile. Oh, the time I need to do with my mouse, right? Well, actually, I'm gonna need my controller too to test how they interplay with each other. Good. Nothing gets screwed up here. Now. Nope, not being bound. Why is not bound? Oh, because I didn't bind the controller inputs. That would do it. Click camera zoom in. Click zoom camera in. Click zoom camera out. And then the names will be bound to whatever I called my input commands, which I can't remember anymore. Camera click zoom in. Okay. Now let's recompile. Epic has really nice offices, what can I say? Here. So again, it zooms in without causing any problems, and when I mouse wheel, that doesn't do anything. Why not? Input, action mapping, camera click zoom in, mouse wheel up, mouse wheel down. That's set properly. Camera click zoom in, camera click zoom out. Base controller, camera click zoom in, camera click zoom out. Let's see, it's 0. Is that 1 or -1? Let's see, it does not equal 0. Camera zoom levels, turn arm length. Then we add camera zoom intensity. Oh, that's a problem. Okay. It was camera click zoom intensity. There we are. Simple bug. Should be it. Because my stick was centered, I wasn't... Oh, I have 'em reversed. I mean, some people might like it like that, but you know. For me, it's gonna be backwards, which I don't do here. Actually, I do in here. Oh no, it's backwards here. So recompile. And we finished off camera controls. Yay! Just double checking with the controller, make sure nothing gets screwed up. And again, there's gonna be a lot of these things to be set by the user for the speeds they want or whatever. That's gonna be when I actually start implementing a user interface. Probably next time. Today is Monday, so we'll have another one. We'll probably do it on Tuesday unless something terrible comes up. Sorry, I was seeing red. I was seeing red over here. Oops. No. No. I was seeing red over here. That was trying to see what the error was, but that was when it wouldn't compile earlier. Actually, did I have a compile failure earlier? I don't think so. What was that? What was that? Oh, round to int instead. Please update your code in the new API before our next release, otherwise it will be no longer compile. Okay, good to know. Thanks for telling me that. So 196, 267, and 316. Not done yet. Okay. Come on, line numbers. So 196. Round to int. And then what was the other two? So line 196, 267, 316. So 267, 316. I have really bad time remembering numbers, but yeah. Now let's see if this compiles, and if it does compile, will it give it any more errors? Any more complaints you got for me? Hot reload took a short bit of time. Okay. And again, I turn off my controller because I'm an idiot or something. Okay. So that's fine. Now we, I mean, just gotta check here, make sure everything's good. And then, okay. Okay. So we're kind of making Gamepad. I know it was a mouse and keyboard game before, but we're kind of making Gamepad a first-class citizen in this one, and using mouse controls based off of it. not because I prefer gamepads or anything, but because I actually have an idea for what to do with it. So git add config, git add source, git add source, git add source, git status, git commit m, added camera zoom and a bit of cleanup. Okay, so probably roughly next time we're going to start trying to at least implement the piece logic so we can place pieces down the level and manipulate them around. We're not going to be doing versus AI yet, of course, but we're going to be allowing ourselves to place pieces in level and have that sort of stuff occur. Which will also mean we'll probably, again, maybe not in the same day, we'll also probably be doing a bit of the tile materials, setting those up so I can manipulate them as pieces need to. So if a king exists, then all the ones around it can be have their aura disabled or their aura's opacity turned to 0, and other things like that. Like if you need to move, have the aura turn blue or whatever. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching.